we're here. We're back.
We are back, and when you
Holy
hear
moly.
that woohoo sound,
Yeah.
we know that we have Michael Henderson in the house. He's the owner of Tapestry Insurance Group. You know, we got to say Happy New Year to everybody out there. That's
can.
one of the things.
Until January 31st, we can say Happy New Year. That's
Happy
my
New
rule.
Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
You know what? You can say it to everybody live on Facebook too.
Yeah.
You know, and
We made it.
You have right now. We were talking a little bit before you came on. That there's something called enrollment periods.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk a little bit about, kind of what that is, what you do,
Yeah.
and how you educate people
Yeah.
all the time. You love that.
Yeah, we work in the Medicare space, helping people to navigate this crazy thing called Medicare. Through that, mostly it's education, and then we enroll people in a plan that fits for them if they so choose. And we just finished up annual enrollment period, which ended December 7th. So I did get a Christmas. That was my Christmas present. Is annual enrollment ended.
And you were busy.
Yeah, it was busy. We helped a ton of people. I was looking at the numbers. And our goal is education, like we've talked about many over the years. And we enrolled the enrollments. We had about 5,000 to 6,000 enrollments through our agents, but through that, I know that we probably saw 15,000 to 18,000 people through that, because we enroll about 1 out of every 3 people, and that just shows the reason to talk about that is not the numbers per se, but our goal isn't necessarily to enroll everybody. We're not salespeople. We're educators, and we want to find the right plan for somebody. And our point is, if you're already on the right plan, we're going to leave you there, right? Otherwise, we'd have more enrollments than we have, right? The goal is education, making sure people are comfortable with their plan, making sure they understand their plan, and if they're not on the right plan, making sure we get them onto a good plan.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the goal.
And here's the other thing. Your service is a free service
Yeah.
to the families out there. And I think a lot of people think that's good, too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Yeah,
understand.
we get paid. We're able to pay the bills, but we don't collect money from our clients. The carriers, if you do happen to enroll with us, the carriers pay us a little bit for that service that we provide. So yeah, there's never any money out of our clients' pockets to us.
Mm-hmm.
And that really feels good. I feel like, I've said it before, I feel like I volunteer every day, but I'm able to pay the bills. It's the best of both worlds.
You started off doing this a lot of years ago.
Yeah.
And the first time you went out to do what you do,
Yeah.
you fell in love with it.
I did, and I didn't even enroll the person. It's a perfect case in point.
Exactly.
And some of you that have heard the show before have heard this, but it's, went out and met with a lady that didn't like doctors or the government or Medicare, and educated her, and she was happy where she was, which was just on original Medicare. She didn't even have a plan to fill the gaps or anything like that. So, but she was okay with that. That was her choice, and that's our goal. Make sure people know what they've got, make sure people understand it, and then they're in the driver's seat.
Right. Now, I would like to talk about you for a second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I kind of... Well, first of all, you are the seniors advocate.
Yeah, I like to think of us that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you cover the entire Southwest, and what you do is, when I talk about educate, is since you've been on this show, that's all you have talked about, is how important, number one, it is to be able to educate people out there that are we're going to talk about how every day is a Medicare day, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But if you are looking to work with somebody, first of all, number one, you are fun. You make a complicated subject fun. You're easy to talk with.
Yeah.
And you cover the entire Southwest, so you've got people that are under you that you want to make sure that everybody who works on who is signing up, let's say, with you or what have you, that they have somebody in their area, because the other thing that you talk about all the time is please talk to somebody local.
Talk to somebody local. There's a lot of, and those of you that are on Medicare out there, I had clients tell me they were getting 10 to 15 calls a day from call centers, and unfortunately, I apologize for the industry that does that. That's not us. Call centers, they are sales, and they're calling people and making people's phones ring off the hook during annual enrollment. And Yeah, we don't do that kind of
No,
stuff.
and I mean, if it's
we wanna
not a
sit and
phone
talk to
call
them.
that
Yeah.
they do,
Yeah,
you're getting mail,
tons of mail.
right? You're
Yep.
getting, also text now.
Well, the ads on TV and it makes it, it's not that the ads and things are bad, it's just, it makes it very confusing for people.
Mhm.
And the goal is, and we try to educate people, and if we can take a serious subject and make it fun, because, there's just a relief when you make a decision based on facts, based on information that you understand. I've had people break down in tears across the kitchen table from me, not in fear, but after the relief of making the decision and kind of understanding it a little bit.
It's nice when you understand
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And I think people do have a big fear when it is so complicated.
It is.
I don't know why they have so many alphabets in Medicare.
Medicare is very confusing.
It is.
Yeah, and it's insurance. It's confusing. The word insurance invokes like confusion for people, but more so with Medicare, I would say not because it's a more confusing product or type of insurance. It's just health insurance, but most people haven't put a lot of time into understanding health insurance because they've had it through an employer for their entire lives or through a spouse or something like that. So they turn 65, they get this book that's a half-inch thick from the government, they get all these advertisements, and now it looks really confusing because you've never really looked at it before.
Right.
So-
Not everybody reads that book either.
I hope not, it's terrible.
You have to do it for them. The other thing that we want to talk about is when people call you, we
Yeah.
always have to say this, you need to leave a message, right?
Yep, there's
some rules.
This is why I say the call center shouldn't be calling people out of the blue. We're technically, CMS rules say we're not allowed to call people just out of the blue. You have to authorize us to call you. So leave a message, say you want to talk to us about Medicare, and then we can call you back. And that's just, it's nice because it keeps, supposed to keep the predatory stuff out of Medicare,
From
which I
happening.
like that, but not everybody abides by it.
Well, let me just tell you, he is your seniors advocate, and he has been doing this for a very long time and helps educate you, understanding what it is that you're doing. From soup to nuts, you start them off, and you really do want to make sure
Yep.
that they understand it. His phone number to call is 480-847-0701. Leave a message. It is a free service to you. And before we go to a break, I do
Yeah.
want to say this. Every day is a
It's a
Medicare
Medicare
day.
day, yeah. People are turning 65 every day. People are retiring, maybe they worked past 65 when they're retiring at 67 or 70. And that's when people are looking at getting onto Medicare. But at any rate, when you turn 65, get the information, because sometimes it's less expensive to be on Medicare than your employer group insurance. Sometimes it's less expensive to be on your employer insurance, but we don't know that until we look at it.
Right. The best thing to do is to give him a call.
Yeah.
And let him have a consultation with you. It is a free service to you. The number to call is 480-847-0701. He services the entire Southwest. And what we mean by that is if they don't get you or to
Yeah.
your assistant, I
Yep.
don't remember
Office
who asked.
Manager Norma, yeah.
They will talk to you, and if you are not in their area, they
Yeah.
have other people underneath him that can help you, and they want to make sure that you've got somebody in your area, because that's how you know
Yep.
that you're going to be getting the right information for that area that you live.
For you, yeah.
For you.
Yep, exactly.
Again, that number to call, it's 480-847-0701. Hang tight, we're going to be back in just a minute. Woohoo!
Before you know it, we'll be back. Oh.
Okay, so we kind of dwelled in that pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that molded?
Yeah, I didn't really answer your question about enrollment periods. I realized
That's
after,
okay, that's
after I
okay.
went through a little tirade, I forgot your question.
That's okay. Well, we're gonna come back to, I think what we want to talk about now, if it's okay with you, is when to call, when to get the information when you're turning 65,
Yeah.
when to call if you're turning 65 soon,
Yeah.
right?
Or planning to retire or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll circle back to your enrollment period question. That'll be funny. So
Do you want me to do that?
Well, I'll acknowledge that you asked it in the first segment. I forgot to answer
Get it
it.
again, though. But then the other thing I also think that is important, what did we have, I'm trying to remember some of the things. I think people think that Medicare is free.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that okay to talk about that?
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's all in the definition of free, right?
Yeah, what does that mean? Because,
Yeah.
but they do think it is,
Yeah.
but I also think they think it's gonna happen on its own.
Yeah, some people
Like
do.
it just, they don't even know
They miss
that
it.
they have to do something.
I've talked to people that aged into Medicare, 2-3 years ago, and they don't even have it yet, have Part B yet, because they never applied, and then they're gonna get a penalty or whatever, because they didn't know, and they didn't ask anybody.
The other thing I think is important to talk about is what happened to my ex-mother-in-law. That and this was so long ago, because she died at 92, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When she turned 65, she did not get the prescription card.
Oh, yeah.
Because she said, I'm healthy.
I don't take prescriptions, I don't need it.
I don't need it.
Yeah. And then penalty.
All of those years. And for a while, she was healthy. Then she wasn't.
Yep.
And some of those things were like $300, a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's drugs out there that are several thousand a month now.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's nuts.
That was
Pharmaceutical
insane.
companies make money. Let's put it that way. Tons of money.
Yeah, well, that's why every commercial on the television
Yeah.
is one of those kind of ads, which is crazy.
Remember back in the day, they couldn't advertise prescriptions. They
Yeah.
weren't allowed to on TV.
Now they have them all day long, and it's not even really an advertisement for that. It's for you to go tell your doctor.
Tell your doctor you
I
want it.
need this.
Yeah. I need this drug.
Yeah.
And all the ones advertised on TV are super expensive, because that's the ones.
Yeah, that's how
that
they
can-
pay. Yeah.
Yeah. Woohoo! Are we back?
Woohoo!
Are we back? What's going on? What just happened?
That doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into that.
We're back. We're back.
You saw me. I was like, I couldn't get my words out there. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about first you again, Michael Henderson. You're the owner of Tapestry Insurance Group. We're talking Medicare. We're talking about educating
Yeah.
everybody out there so that you know what you're doing, and that is what you're all about. Now, at the break, we were talking a little bit about some of the people that are turning 65,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or retiring,
Yeah.
okay?
Definitely.
When should they call someone like you?
Yeah. Well, the short answer to that question is call us anytime, first of all, because you never know what you don't know until you ask questions, right? But you can apply. So if you're turning 65, Medicare will. They start working on your case about 90 days out from your 65th birthday. So anytime within 90 days, you can start working with Social Security and Medicare to get your Part A and B activated. So give us a call anytime in there. You can call us beforehand to get information, kind of get your ducks in a row. So bottom line, if you have a question, just call us. There's no cost to talk to us, as we talked about before. But about 90 days is when you'll start getting stuff from Social Security. You'll start getting stuff from Medicare. You'll also get a bunch of advertisements from carriers and agents. But look for the stuff that's from Social Security, the stuff that's from CMS, Center for Medicare Services, because that's the important stuff.
Right, make sure that it's the real deal.
It's the real stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Now-
If they're asking you to call an 800 number because of changes to Medicare or something, that's an advertisement.
Yeah, you will know. And if
Yeah.
you make a mistake, you just hang up the phone.
Yeah,
Right?
hang up. Tell them
Right.
we take care of it. I have to circle back around.
What?
Because in the first segment, you asked about enrollment periods, and I totally ignored your question and just went on like
It's okay,
some kind
just
of
like
weird
when I couldn't get my
conversation.
words out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because we're talking about turning 65, that's an enrollment period. That's your initial enrollment period. So, but there's lots of other enrollment periods out there. We just finished one with the annual enrollment period, October 15th through December 7th. But there's a lot of enrollment periods that are available during the year. So if you feel like you're not on the right plan after annual enrollment, don't think you're stuck. Yeah, I mean, you may be, but give us a call. Let's see if there's an enrollment period available for you. There's lots of them out there. People, if you've got chronic conditions, heart or diabetes, if you moved, low income, there's lots of other things that we can look at to try to make sure we get you on the right plan.
Check to make sure.
Yep.
If you're
Yep.
not sure, if you're not happy,
Let us
you
know.
can let them know and they can look into it for you.
Yep.
The phone number to call is 480-847-0701. Leave a message. That's the other thing.
Leave a
Please
message so we
leave
can
a
call you
message.
back. Yeah.
Right. Now, I wanted to talk to you a little about, what people think about Medicare being like, they don't even know that they have to do something sometimes.
Yeah.
They think it just happens automatically. They're gonna get
Yep.
that card in the mail.
Yeah. So there's two parts from the federal government of Medicare, two parts to Medicare, or what they call original Medicare. That's the red, white, and blue card that you get from Social Security or Medicare that gives you the insurance. Part A is automatic when you turn 65. If you paid into it in your work years, your lifetime of work years, you have to have worked and paid into Medicare 10 years to qualify for Part A, and then there's no cost to it if you have worked 10 years in your lifetime and paid into it. Part B is optional because there is a cost to it every month, and that you do have to sign up for if you want that when you turn 65 or when you retire or something like that. So there are two parts to the Medicare side of it, and then original Medicare is only an 80-20 plan. They only pay 80%. You're on the hook for 20%. And it doesn't cover drugs outside the hospital. So then we need to help you get something that covers the things that Medicare doesn't cover.
Right.
And that's where we come in with other stuff. So yeah, there's several layers to Medicare.
And another thing that we forgot to talk about, we should do this now, it's
Yeah.
the perfect time, is that you can't just talk to your neighbors or your friends. We've said this too. You can talk
to your neighbors and friends. Yeah, don't ignore them.
Neighbors, if you want. But when we say this, it's because you are an individual, and
Yeah.
Medicare is for you individually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even in your own household, you're going to have maybe your wife or your spouse or your significant other. You're going to be on different plans.
You could very well be. I've had a lot of spouses over the years. One has certain medical conditions they need coverage for. One doesn't have those or has something else. But between you and neighbors and friends and family even, you're going to have different medical conditions. You're going to have different lifestyles, different income ranges, and so all that goes into this formula, for lack of a better term, to find a plan. Everybody asks, and we've talked about this before, what's the best plan? And really, there's a best plan for you in your situation, because there's 60, 70 advantage plans here in Maricopa County, plus all the supplement plans and prescription drug plans. So if there was only one best plan, there'd only be one, right? I guess we could say that. So it's what's right for you,
Right.
And that's the important thing.
The number to call is 480-847-0701. Leave a message. It is a free service to you. And don't forget, he services the entire Southwest. I have to bring this up because, it's another thing that I think is important, because a lot of people, we see these ads on television.
Yep.
They are enticing.
Well, they look like everybody's going to qualify for something that they're advertising, or there's a little fear involved if you don't call them or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of it out there.
There's another thing. People think that the person that's talking on that television, like Joe Namath or whoever it is going to call them back.
Yeah, I like to pick on Joe Namath. I don't even think he's on the ads anymore. But
Whichever
he
one.
was the first one.
Whoever
Yeah,
it was.
he was the first one. So
Start doing
I
that.
always pick on him. But yeah, they're doing an ad to get people to call them. When you think about it, that's what an ad is, right? And so those people that you contact are going to be salespeople. They're going to try to get you to switch plans because that's their sole goal. Versus kind of educating you on the plans available in your area and knowing the networks. The other thing is they may be probably, well, more than likely, they're in a totally different state. So they don't know the doctor networks, they don't know the hospitals in your area, things like that. And that's really important when you're looking at medical care, right?
Oh my
so,
God.
our agents in a particular area, like if you're up in Prescott or down in Tucson or something like that, you want to know if your hospital's covered, if your doctors are covered, how your prescriptions are going to cost for you on the plan you're looking at, all that stuff.
And when you work with Michael, and let's say you sign up and that's what happens, you can call them anytime and have a conversation, because things happen. The one thing that I know is the biggest thing, and I got to talk about it if it's okay. It's going to happen anyway. I told you my ex-mother-in-law, when she got Medicare at 65, she was very healthy and didn't get that Part B plan or whatever it was. And guess what? She thought, she was going to be healthy forever, and for whatever their reasonings were for not getting it, it actually turned out to be a very bad thing. Because she got, I think, fined, I'm not sure. Penalties for that. But also having to pay out of pocket. So if you don't enroll in, so let's talk about drug plans. If you don't enroll in a drug plan, for instance, when you're eligible or when you have an election period, and you go a while without one, maybe because you don't take any prescriptions, that's fine. But when you do go on one, the government's going to penalize you for the months that you weren't on a prescription drug plan. Wow.
Which is kind of weird, but when you think about it, it's kind of like trying to buy car insurance after you get in a car wreck, right?
Makes sense.
So they don't want you to wait till you're on thousands of dollars of prescriptions before you're buying coverage.
Right.
It's insurance. It's designed so you use it and you're not afraid. It also, people won't take a prescription if they don't have coverage. So if in the middle of the year your doctor wants to put you on something, you may not do it if you don't have coverage. So that's
really big.
Yeah. So they want people to be covered, so you will use it and take good care of yourself.
Right, and that's the most important thing is that you do, because some of these can be incredibly inexpensive. What are your final words?
Give us a call. First of all, well, Happy New Year.
Happy
We're in
New Year
2026.
to you too.
But
can't believe it.
Give us a call. There's no cost. We're not going to press you into anything. If it's just a question, if you're on the right plan, no big deal. We're going to try to get it answered for you. And hopefully we can help you all out this year.
What I love about Michael is that he is your seniors advocate. He is there to help you understand, to educate you on a very complicated subject, making it a lot easier and a lot more fun.
Woohoo!
As well.
That's what we love.
Woohoo! And that's what we do when we talk here with Michael, is he just wants to let everybody know, number one, please get educated, and doing it also making sure that you have somebody that can help you make the plan that is right for you.
Exactly.
Do not call somebody that is not local. He has been advocating for people to do that. Please, somebody local, and here's the number to call. It's 480-847-0701. It is a free service to you. Woohoo!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.